Alright, welcome to a quick review of the Anholi Gaming Mouse with a fan. So, for those, for my friends in Seattle or in West Coast of the United States who are basically dying, maybe this might be worth a look if the mouse is actually good. So the way the fan works is, there's a small switch on the bottom, right here, and you flick it on, and the fan turns on. Probably asking, does the fan help out a lot? Well, I would say not really. Especially if you grip like this, you can sort of feel the air, but not much. Maybe if it's hotter out, you might feel it more. I don't know. Like from here, if you like claw grip, you'll feel it. If you fingertip grip, you'll probably feel it as well. If you palm grip, you'll obviously feel it. But yeah. So, if you are just concerned about the mouse having a fan and literally nothing else, then then you're good. You're set. But let's talk about the mouse, because we actually got a mouse here. Clicks are pretty horrible. They're not from a pre or post trial stance, so they're not great at either of those. But they're really hard to actuate, and they're so bad at actuating actually that sometimes they don't actuate when you try to press mid. The scroll wheel on this mouse is pretty solid. It's like metal, I think. It's like, I don't know if it's fake metal or real metal. It actually feels pretty nice. But one problem with it is that these guys decided to imitate Final Mouse, and the scroll wheel is crooked. I don't know if that's because with me messing with it, or because it was just actually broken. It's not too bad, and it seems to work fine. I didn't have any issues with it. But yeah. And then side buttons, I don't really like too much. At least you get side buttons, but the first side button, it feels like you can easily break it, the shell, and it's kind of in a weird position, and feels really weird to actuate. You almost kind of press it upwards. There's a lot of pre-travel. It's pretty bad. Shape, I think this is a G302 clone. It kind of looks similar to that. So it's an okay, so I can't really grade shape. Coating wise, bit of a fingerprint magnet, but it feels okay. I'll give the mouse that. And then DPI options, I believe it's like 800. You have, then I believe you have 1600, and you have like 3200. No, this is 800. This is like 1200. This is 1600, and this is like 2400. I don't know the exact DPI steps. I'll probably like put something in the comment section when I find them. And then feet, I can't write because for some reason this Amazon warehouse copy did not come with feet. I almost was gonna yap about how this mouse literally did not have mouse feet, but in the review I saw have mouse feet. I'm just gonna hope this is just an Amazon warehouse thing, and not like some worker forgot to apply the feet to my mouse. So it's obviously gonna be very scratchy, but there's literally no mouse feet. What do you expect? Weight wise, I don't know. Let me go grab my scale. I believe it was advertised at 78 grams. Feels a bit heavier than that, if I'm gonna be real with you. But we'll see. And it weighs in at 72. My scale's probably broken. Yeah, it says 79. So what does MM710 weigh at for a control? 56, and the cables with the cable all weighted down. Yeah, that sounds about right. So this is about 80 grams, I think. Let me just try to tear the scale again and then pair it. 80 grams. It's close to the advertised weight. I'm just gonna take their word for it. So weight-wise, it's actually pretty good. And it has no holes on the side or on the bottom. And the only reason it has holes, I believe, is for ventilation, not even for weight reduction, just for ventilation. And this mouse, as far as I know, has no software. And even if it did, I don't really think it'd be particularly useful. And then the cable on the mouse, well, it's pretty stiff and pretty short. Yeah, this cable is fairly abysmal, but it's not the most annoying I've used, but it was not a great experience. I might put this in the mouse buggy. So would I suggest this mouse? If you're gonna actually do, and also sensor. Oh boy, the sensor was terrible. I'll have sensor testing right here. Okay, let's do some quick sensor testing. So as you can tell, 180s are pretty doable, but then sometimes it just randomly spins out like that. And when a sensor spins out, it's just loses track, which I kind of prefer. But by prefer, I mean I would rather have a sensor spin out and just stop tracking altogether than sort of like half track something. I obviously would just want the sensor to not spin out. But yeah, this is not really going all that fast. Also, I believe there's a bit of reverse acceleration kicking in, but I can't really test that. Yeah, sensor's pretty abysmal. And as you could probably see, that was pretty awful. But for like office work, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. But so it's like nothing. Also, it's gonna be scratchy because of the no mouse feet thing. So just ignore that. LOD on the sensor though, I'll give it this, is actually pretty good. Doesn't have it stops tracking very quickly. So LOD is actually pretty good. It's actually better than most Premium ICs. But would I suggest this mouse? If someone just wants to do office work and like really wants a fan in the mouse to keep their hand cold because they keep sweating on the mouse, the first thing I'd do though is just grab a mouse with a different coating because that's probably what's causing you to sweat. If you really want a mouse with a fan, considering I believe this is the only option of that in the market, I can go check and disprove that though. So we have this one, this one. Oh wait, no, there's one other one. Like designed, it has a fan in it. Does this one have a fan in it? I don't see any cooling fan. Maybe it's just like has holes in it. So they're like, yeah, it's yeah, okay. So there's 3 others, and then there's like the only Premium Gaming Mouse that has holes is one that's like $160 that is basically garbage. Besides that, so yeah. So, but what I suggested for gaming, God no, it just like it's pretty horrible. But if you really want that fan, and you don't really care about gaming, then it'll be bearable. But I definitely think I just don't see why anyone should buy this. So yeah, that's gonna be my conclusion.